Okay, so we just had a chat about it, me and Elsa, and we decided that, in fact, I cut this inside pocket that she's gonna put her tablet inside. I cut it a little bit too small. So the tablet fits like a glove, but it doesn't really leave me enough seam allowance. It really needs to be about, I think this is actually too big. So the back panel is 31 across, allowing for 2 centimeters seam allowance on both, 1 centimeter on both sides. This is 34, so this is the front pocket. This is supposed to be gusseted quite a lot more, so this is too much. So I cut this inside pocket the same exact length, 31 centimeters, as the back. So it really needs to be about 30, probably 32. So 1 more centimeter, 5 millimeters on both sides. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm glad we checked. So, I guess I'll take all these off. Remember, you know, this is a 1 of 1 bag, so it's not like I have a template. And actually, the only thing I've ever used a template for was when I made my frame bag for my bicycle. That's a little bit different though. On that, you kind of do need a template. So what I did for that is I got a piece of cardboard and I cut it out. I put it up to the bike frame and made a stencil basically. Okay, so I need to cut a piece of fabric. Right, that over here. So, you know, this is not wasted. I'll make something out of this piece. I should have maybe thought about that beforehand, possibly, but I didn't. Because I knew I wanted to put the tablet in there. I just didn't think about, I did think about it, I just didn't think about it correctly. Okay, so I'm gonna just probably, where should I do this? Right here. All right, so this one is 31, so I'm going to do 32. That's crazy. I mean, 1 centimeter difference. That'll be 5 millimeters on each side, and that should be enough. So close. So very, very close. So 21 height, 32 length. Okay. But again, this is, you know, part of the program. If I was in a hurry to get this done, this would not be very enjoyable. This would be a sort of an annoying thing. But in fact, it is part of the process, which is enjoyable. Just that, like, I was in there talking to Elsa, and you know, we were looking at it, talking about it, deciding if it could work. She really liked how tight it is, but at the same time it was actually pulling up some of the back panel, so it really wasn't going to work in the end. So we had to make a choice. Should we go for it and possibly ruin the bag, or should we play it safe and cut another panel with a little bit more length? And yeah, decided to go for a new panel. So that's what I'm doing. All right, that should do it. Let's see. Thirty-two. Another part of, for me personally, one thing about this that makes it even doable for me as a hobby and as to make something that's so time consuming is I want to do it just the way I like to do it. And if that's not good enough, then it's just not going to work. You know, I'll just make bags for myself. For example, measuring things like I do, cutting things the way that I do. I don't want to be bogged down with the technicalities of trying to make something absolutely perfect. I feel like the technique that I have, it does a good job. It actually gets the job done quite well, without any being so anal about it. To be honest, like this situation where I've miscut something, this doesn't happen that often. This is a quite particular situation. I've never actually made a pocket specifically for the tablet in the inside back panel. I've never done that exactly, and I hope that it would work the way that I cut it, but in fact, I mean, yeah, in fact it doesn't. It's wild. This fabric is so strong that even a tiny little thread caught, you know, you can't get it off. It's so strong. You have to actually cut it. It won't just pull apart easily. Okay, so that's it. I think that should do it. And now we're left with quite a lot. I could easily make probably at least one more bag for sure, and maybe even two. So that's pretty cool that I've got that ready to go. Okay. Okay, this was the inside pocket. Now it isn't. Now this is the inside pocket. Okay. So now we will retry this scenario. Yeah, the other one was just a bit too tight. I didn't feel comfortable with the seam allowances, basically. And it did, in fact, pull up on the back panel. So while it might have worked, it would have pulled up the back panel, which I didn't want to do. So now we got a little tiny gusset that we're gonna have to fix in place here. So I'm gonna get this all clipped together, then I'm gonna go back and see her reaction to this option. Yeah. This hobby, I don't know, I think ideally I would have a better desk, a better workstation. It would be higher, I think, ideally, because I do need to bend over quite a lot. I try to, bend my knees, and I've got stuff to do some exercises here and there. Oh, but yeah, it's kind of. All right, I guess that's it. There's no way a regular bag company could take this long to make a bag. I can. I mean, if I'm only gonna make a few bags a month, it's doable. Yeah, this will be the way that it is. All right, I'm gonna go in and check it out. See, it's got a little gusset there, so it gives it a little space. All right, let's check it out. Let's go.